Today is May 21st, 2020. My name is Charles Suter. Next few minutes I'll be presenting part 2 of a presentation I gave yesterday called The Meaning of Life. Apparently my presentation yesterday caused a lot of interest and a lot of questions and some pushback, so I've decided to expand this particular topic just to bring you up to full knowledge of what I presented yesterday. I presented this pyramid of purposes. The lower level of the pyramid are the purposes as presented, or the needs presented by an individual called Maslow's hierarchy of need, ranging all the way from survival to self-realization needs. Most people tend to live their life within this realm here. I call this the love of life. Few people actually outgrow this and seek a higher order purpose, which I have listed here at the upper branches. It's more than just caring about oneself or one's ego, but actually attempting to help others. Achievement in terms of advancing society, enlightenment, capturing knowledge for use of future generations, and virtue in terms of intention and good deeds. This is one way to look at purposes, but my main message here is that, and it's the same as yesterday's presentation, meaning comes from choosing self-satisfying purposes. You have meaning in your life if you have a purpose. In fact, you may not have just one purpose, you may have many purposes, and over a lifetime you may have many different purposes. But these purposes need to be chosen so that they're self-satisfying rather than self-sacrificing. Let me get into my main propositions here to expand the boundaries of what I mean by the meaning of life. First of all, if you try to answer this question here, the meaning of life, directly, you'll find that there aren't any satisfactory answers, because the mind of God is unknowable by the mind of man. Many people have tried to answer why there is something rather than nothing, as well as what was the Creator's intention for creating the known universe. A lot of theories. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy says that the answer to life and everything else is the answer 42. Unsatisfying to me, doesn't help me live my life any better. People can guess at the answer, but they really can't know. So my second proposition is that as long as you're alive, you get to choose, you must choose your own meaning. Meaning is not built into your DNA, not preordained, it's not stamped on your forehead when you're born. You get to choose your purposes. And I suggest that you choose meanings and purposes from your special talents, your signature strengths, your proclivities. In other words, what is it that you like to do? What are your interests? Choose meanings based upon the roles you either choose or are forced to play in society, your social responsibilities, and any noble ambitions you might have. Choose higher order purposes if and when you decide that you are ready to move up from a focus on yourself to a focus on others, in terms of service, in terms of accomplishments, in terms of uncommon virtues. Proposition number 3, exploit your uniqueness when choosing your meaning and your purposes. You are a unique individual. You need to tailor your purposes to your uniqueness. So again, in summary, meaning comes from your chosen purposes. They must be both satisfying and enduring. It means they're just not going to be here this week and gone the next. If in fact you come into a crisis of meaning, it simply means you need to look up in that pyramid and pick a purpose greater than the one you're dealing with right now. So, growing and applying your potential, if you do that, you grow and you have more to give to a higher purpose. So, to summarize, you have a meaningful life if you have a life of purpose. These purposes need to be satisfying or they will not long endure. The most satisfying purposes are based on something greater than just yourself. So, a satisfying life is a life of purpose and meaning. That may be not the perfect answer to the meaning of life, but is one that I can live with and helps me guide my life. That's all for now. Remember to stay positive. You'll be happier, healthier, and live longer.